How many times have you found yourself thinking that maybe it's too late to start over? We go through life, accumulating experiences, some good, others not so much, and suddenly, the past feels like this weight we carry. And with it comes that persistent thought, is there still time? Can I really do things differently? But what if I told you that the idea of too late is actually just an illusion? That maybe the time to start over is now, and we just need to see it in a new way. You see, the truth is the past has this strange power to hold us back. We go through so much, disappointments, failures, moments when things didn't go as planned, and slowly, all of it starts piling up. It's as if each tough memory adds an extra weight we carry. Even if deep down we want to move forward, there's always that voice that whispers, is it worth trying again? Will I just get disappointed again? I know that feeling well. After all, who hasn't hesitated to start over for fear of getting hurt again? We accumulate this emotional baggage, building an invisible wall that stops us from taking risks, from believing we can build something new. Every time a new opportunity comes, so does the fear, that nervous feeling. And the past comes back to haunt us. And we end up thinking, maybe I should just accept things as they are, that life has already taken its course and there's not much to change now. This feeling paralyzes us, making us believe we're stuck in an endless cycle where the chance to start fresh is nothing more than a fantasy. But is it really? Does the weight of these experiences need to stop us from trying? Or is there a way to look at all of this differently, in a way that frees us instead of holding us down? That's where the real change begins, understanding that the past isn't a life sentence. It's just one part of the story, and we still have many pages left to write. When we can leave the past behind, not forgetting but reframing it, something magical happens. It's like lifting a veil from our eyes and seeing the present more clearly. Because the truth is, all that weight, all that fear of trying, is what keeps us from fully living in the now. Think about it. By freeing ourselves from difficult memories, from what-ifs and why me? Questions, we start making space for new things, new people, dreams that have been on hold. Starting over brings a fresh feeling, as if life is giving us a second chance. And in reality, it is. Every new day is a chance to do things differently, to choose another path. And it's not just about forgetting what happened. In fact, we don't need to ignore the past. Instead, we need to learn from it. Every mistake, every stumble, is a lesson that strengthens our journey. When we accept that the past is part of who we are, but doesn't define our future, the fear starts to lose its grip. We realize we have the power to choose what to carry forward and what to let go. Moreover, overcoming the past also brings a sense of lightness. Imagine carrying a backpack full of stones. With each step, the weight grows. By leaving these stones along the way, you feel freer, more willing. It's the same with grudges and regrets. They weigh on our soul and affect our view of the world, opportunities, and even of ourselves. And little by little, you start to see that each new beginning is a chance to rebuild yourself in a stronger, wiser way. You become someone who understands the importance of what you've been through, but chooses to live in peace, looking forward. And that's when true change happens. That's when we realize, yes, it's worth starting over. And the best part, we do it with more confidence, knowing we can face any challenge that comes. Now that we understand the weight the past carries, it becomes easier to see what needs to be done to move forward. And the solution, contrary to what it seems, isn't complicated. It starts with a mindset shift. Instead of seeing the past as an obstacle, why not see it as a resource, as a set of lessons that can prepare us for new challenges? Think with me. Every difficult experience we've been through, every mistake, every frustration, brings a unique lesson. And by accepting these moments, we give ourselves the chance to use them to our advantage. The key is not to let these memories control our present, but to use them as fuel to create something new, For example, imagine you failed at something important in the past. Instead of blaming yourself or avoiding similar situations, why not analyze what went wrong and learn from it? Maybe it was a matter of timing, or maybe you just weren't prepared enough. Now, with this experience, you're stronger and more ready to do things differently. That's transforming the past into a tool for growth. And there's something else. The process of starting over doesn't have to be drastic. It's not about dropping everything and starting from scratch, but about taking one step at a time towards something new. Maybe it means changing small habits, investing in self-knowledge, discovering new interests. The important thing is to move towards something that makes sense to you, respecting your own pace. You know that feeling of looking back and feeling like the past defines who you are? It's time to change that perspective. You are more than any mistake you've ever made, more than any opportunity you missed. The past only defines us if we let it. The decision of who you want to be, that's yours alone to make. This process, of course, isn't simple. From time to time, we're going to encounter that voice saying, "You're going to mess up again." In those moments, take a deep breath and remember that this voice comes from fear, a fear that, yes, is natural, but doesn't have to guide you. Instead of fighting against fear, embrace it, understand why it's there, and show it that you are in control. That is the true act of courage. And maybe the most important thing of all is patience with yourself. Starting over takes time. It requires trial, error, and adjustments. Sometimes you may feel like you're moving too slowly, but remember that what matters is to keep going. Every step you take is a small victory, and every small victory brings you closer to a stronger, more complete version of yourself. So the next time you think about the past, ask yourself, what can I learn from here? How can this experience help me build the future I want? By doing this, you transform what was once a burden into wisdom, and what was once pain into strength. And little by little, starting over stops being a challenge and becomes a conscious choice, a choice that, in the end, is worth it. So, what will you choose, the weight of the past or the lightness of a new beginning? Of course, leaving behind the hurts and regrets isn't easy, but with every step on this journey, you discover it's possible, that the past is a page, not the whole book. And when you decide to start over, something incredible happens. You realize you have the power to write a new story, one that reflects everything you've learned without being defined by what has already happened. Every small choice you make now is a building block on the path to the life you desire. Every challenge you face, every fear you overcome, makes you stronger and closer to who you truly want to be. So, if this video made you reflect, if at any moment you felt touched, I invite you to take the first step. Start small. Maybe it's a change in mindset. Maybe it's a decision to let go of something that no longer makes sense to you. Whatever it may be, choose to begin again. And if you're ready for this, comment below. I choose to start over. Writing this isn't just a message, it's a commitment to yourself, a declaration that you're leaving the past behind and making room for the new. Let's go together step by step, creating a community where starting over is seen as a strength, not a weakness. Remember, it's never too late. There's always time to give yourself a new chance, to turn what once was fear into courage and what was once pain into growth. So, go on, take the first step. Choose to start over.